Please like and subscribe, as this pleases the YouTube's machine spirit. Welcome to my Havoc40 builds guide for each class, this time the Veteran. I am going to show first my favorite build and also a few variants that might suit different playstyles, and also some build for normal domination games or Maelstrom, whatever. So, first of all, I play very aggressively, and all of these builds are builds that together can run Havoc40s in down probably towards 20 minutes. I think the fastest I've ever run is about 25 minutes with very good fast groups. And first, let me show just a demo of the boss damage of this build, which is also very quick and excellent at taking out specialists, excellent ammo economy due to the crit perk of Lascans not consuming ammo, and overall good at everything except AoE. But in a good group between, for example, Taunt Ogre, Standard Flamer, Psyker, you should not need to be AoE as a veteran. Your job should be to kill specialists, ranged far away, and to do great boss damage. So, let's say Plague Ogre, everyone else is busy. Plague Ogre is running towards your group from afar. You shoot it a bit, throw one grenade, shoot it a bit more, throw another grenade, shoot it a bit more, throw another grenade, shoot it a bit more. Basically it's dead. But let's say it reaches the group, you shout, last grenade bugged from the swap, and it's dead. So it has extremely high boss damage, and it has extremely good random specialist killing capacity. It's very good at killing absolutely everything except crushers. And again, I have all of the grenade generating perks, so if crushers come from the front, you can of course always help melee it with a decent damage with a knife, but that's a last resort. But if a bunch of crushers and bulwarks come from the front, it's overall not worth to throw a crack at one. But if you have a good group with a solid Ogre, it stops them up, puts them together, you can often throw one crack and kill like 5 of them. Bam, everything dies. That is in a small area around there. So someone stops them up at a doorway, a choke point, or you do it yourself. The things come and attack. They run in. As soon as someone goes in melee, they will stop and swing. You then throw your grenade, or shout and throw your grenade, or have someone else do this for you. And again, you can, with one crack, kill a whole bunch of crushers and bulwarks and anything else that happens to be nearby. As long as things are properly bunched up, every crack basically becomes like an Ogre bomb. If you compare it to the Shredder build that for some reason a lot of people like, which is basically a C-tier build in Havoc40s, it probably does something like 4 times as much damage. And you have the exact same talents to recover them. So, with that showcase out of the way, let's go over some talents. Starting out from close order drill, confirmed kill. If you get to shoot loads and the group is extremely solid, you never feel threatened at all, then you can go this way instead. Long shot, accelerating takedown, but overall it's probably safest to have close order drill. Crack grenade, improved crack grenade for 50% damage, which is what makes it do such extreme damage. I think each hit is about 10k or something. Over to the ammo aura. If for some reason you run 2 veterans, you can of course just go here, save points, and have an extremely nice build with 2 extra points, 3 extra points. Replenish 1 grenade, carry, and 1 extra grenade. So the Krak kinda requires you to have all of the grenade perks, including Demolition Team, because having 2 Kraks, it's not enough. Having the unbuffed Krak, it's kinda underwhelming. But when you have 3 Kraks that constantly regenerate, that constantly fill up when your team kills something, then yeah, it is very strong. So, Voice of Command, Duty and Honor, extra grenade, down here to Shock Trooper, which is essential for being able to actually shoot a lot, since in Havoc40 the ammo penalties are severe, and if you use non-lascan weapons you can simply shoot so much less. And I like this lascan, it's quick and snappy, you can take out all the ranged specialists all around and do great boss damage. This is optional, you can instead take that allies gain a bit of your toughness, but damage, always good. Both of these are pretty much mandatory for any veteran build, as I'm sure you know. It's a nice extra toughness, damage to Ogrins, and any veteran build should probably have focused fire. It's very suspicious if someone does not spec 32% damage for the entire team against bosses and priority targets. It's you see a build that does not have focus target and focus fire, it's highly suspicious when evaluating that build. If I had 1 more point, which I don't, everything is simply mandatory. There is just nothing I can do. But if I had 1 single more point, I would take redirect fire. If I had 3 points, I would also take reciprocity, which gives a lot of crit, which gives a lot of extra ammo. So that's it for the build. And the perks and blessings. You can run any melee weapon you want. I think objectively, if you're good at using the dagger is best because it simply has the most mobility. With the dueling sword, a close second. And honorable mention, I guess, to the power sword, which is still a very good weapon. If mobs are bunched up, you can kill a whole bunch of crushers and so on with 1 push light strike. But yeah, overall, in a good group, you should not need a heavy cleaving weapon. You should be able to use a high mobility, high single target weapon. It can help on bosses, it can help kill some priority targets nearby and so on. So I like crit chance, unyielding simply for boss damage in case needed. None of those are set in stone. If you find something suits you better, then yeah, go for it. Uncanny Strike, Flesh Terror. The bleed stacks from Flesh Terror are just really strong. Usually just need to hit a bulwark a few times in the back and it dies. And sometimes you're lucky, sometimes unlucky, but overall I'm pretty sure it's stronger than the other options where Lacerate forces you to hit body hits with a weapon that does no body damage. So it gives reliable bleed, but no damage whatsoever otherwise. And Uncanny Strike, of course, to be able to kill crushers if you need to in melee. Dump stat, penetration, since you have Uncanny Strike, it's completely useless. And as always, you want max mobility on a mobility weapon. The Recon Lascan I use has collateral, quite obviously. It's a fairly useless stat. Everything else maxed. If for some reason you want collateral for a tiny bit more suppression, you could dump mobility, but meh. This is the best way. Crit chance for more ammo, and damage to unyielding to kill both bosses and reapers and bulwarks, etc. as quick as possible. Infernus is pretty much set in stone, but Dum Dum is something you can change by personal choice. I think it's best. You can do great extra damage when the bosses actually reach the group, which they will. And not only on bosses, but anything that is somewhat nearby. And it's not an amazing blessing, but there simply isn't that many great options for this weapon. But Dum Dum is open to whatever you want. That suits your playstyle. For Curios, I go with 2 toughness and 1 stamina. And the stamina is simply if you use dueling sword or combat blade, you have very low stamina. And one of few ways you die is either you get blocked in or you run out of stamina. So make sure you always have stamina and things are going to be good. If you use another weapon, which again is perfectly fine, then I would go with triple toughness. It's perfectly fine if you go down a lot to use an additional wound. In the normal gameplay, it was always that you should never use an additional wound because you should never go down. But honestly, in the higher Havocs, shit happens and having an extra wound is not bad at all. I don't run it though. Maybe I should, but I don't. So, here some things are going to also be down to personal timings and choice and possibly even lag. But you want to never run out of stamina, so you always have the protection from sprinting and sliding. So, compatibility on everything. Then, stamina regeneration I also have on everything. And then I have 1 sprint efficiency. That seems to hit the sweet spot for me, the way I play, that I never run out. And I can always sprint, slide, dodge around. But this might be different for you, so you can try my way, triple stamina and 1 sprint, or just experiment around. And for the last fillers I simply have more toughness. Might be a case that you could put more health, but yeah, this has worked well for me. So that is my main and favorite build that I've had probably the greatest success of any class. Because if I don't play this build, there is such a high chance that you get one of those shredder plasma vets in a group, and it's simply that much worse. Because the shredder grenades are pretty much a C tier option in Havoc40, but don't get me wrong, it's very good, and I've played plasma shredder forever in normal games, Maelstrom, etc. It's just that in Havoc40 it just doesn't do much. They do a quarter of the damage that the fully upgraded Krak does, and it's not even close how much better Krak is. In a good group. So yeah, that's it for that build. I have some others. And this does very well, since all of the weapons are high mobility, quick weapons, can quickly kill targets, quick, snappy, good. But if you happen to be one of those people who prefer slower, methodical, back, go here, run back, you know, do everything the safest, slowest way possible, then all good for you. And I made this build that has eternal ammo for the Hellbore, which is quite strong. It has eternal ammo because surgical now stacks quite fast. So it's 10% crit every 0.3 seconds. So you don't need to aim much at all. Even when you shoot at max speed, this will give 20 to 30% crit. But if you just aim a bit longer, you have eternal ammo and near 100% crit, or 100% crit if you want. This, for example, can two-shot a Crusher. It can one-shot a Reaper. It can, well, more or less one-shot everything else, of course, since except Mauler. But yeah, it is a bit slow. So if you play very fast-paced, not only is it slow, it is also slow to draw. So when you move quickly forward, you want to draw your weapon. it is slow. It's not a... It's one of the slower weapons in the game. And yeah. If you just clear everything from range, back, stand and shoot, someone has aggro, I'm sure this is a great choice because of the good damage. Eternal ammo, as you can see here. Look, if you look at the ammo down there, 72. Doesn't move. It's just full. Still haven't used any ammo, etc. And again, weapon for this build. For melee, doesn't matter. So I have the same dagger as before. The Hellbore, I run Unyielding and Carapace for one-shot potential and boss damage. You can run crit instead of one of them if you want. Surgical is needed for the build. Weight of Fire makes it shoot faster, which might seem counterproductive, but that's also something that's optional. You can put something else there instead, such as Infernus. It doesn't shoot fast, but with 100% crit you will set fire to max stacks in 3 shots. So it is definitely an option, as are many other things. But I think Weight of Fire for when you actually need to shoot fast is best, because it works now. It used to be bugged. Curio's exactly the same. I think that's probably the best setup overall for Veteran. Talents for this build. And here I have gone long shot, accelerating takedown. Since you can shoot and weak spot all the time, this absolutely should be better. But it's perfectly fine to go close order drill, confirm kill. As always, Krak in normal random games, maybe it's better to have Shredder. The Shredder is really nice in normal games. It's simply not very good in Havocs at the maximum tier. I don't like it at all. Smoke is also a good grenade. It really allows you to CC all the gunners safely advance. It is absolutely a top tier choice, but it depends on the group. If you need your boss damage, then it sucks. But if you have excellent boss damage in the group, it's a very solid choice. I would say that if I had to rank them, Krak is the solid number 1, Smoke is the situational number 2, and Shredder is the C tier that should only be used in random games, or if it somehow magically suits your group's needs perfectly. Same here. Improve grenade, aura. Here I can also fit kill zone. The extra grenade. Voice of command. Pretty much standard, I guess. If you for some reason want any of the others, you can just adapt it, but Voice of command is simply so strong in Havoc or whatever else you play that should be the standard choice, I guess. And here I have gone, because this is a build that can shoot and shoot and shoot forever, I have gone for fun to take Marksman, Focus and Camouflage. And this actually makes it do a lot of damage when you're allowed to stack it up, when you're allowed to keep shooting. And Ogre in taunts, you can just shoot and shoot and keep this up. You only need to hit weak spots to be able to move and keep your stacks. If you do it methodically, slowly, you will keep this up all the game. I've tried it, it works well. Again, it's just a bit not my playstyle, but it is a solid build. Eternal ammo, good damage. If for some reason you want, you can just go here instead. Then you need to dump kill zone to be able to reach focus fire. But this is a lot of damage. 10 stacks, 75% ranged finesse strength and reload speed. So this, if you are one of the main boss DPS, this kinda makes up for not having focus target. While weapon specialist never does. It's more a personal convenience for random games. So that's the second build. All of these are linked in planners below. Then I have at least my standard version of the Shredder build, which I played forever. And I might sound very negative about it, but I really like it. And again, melee weapon is optional, and here I can show the combo for the power sword, the standard. Power sword, cleave targets, dump stat because of Sunder, and go Sunder, Power Cycler, Maniacs, Carapace. This allows you, even if this build has nothing of the melee... this build has all of the melee stuff, but I'm pretty sure even if you don't have them, you can still one-shot crushers. The combo to one-shot crushers is simply charge up your weapon, push attack, light. I seem to have failed. There we go. I cancelled it too quickly or something. If you do a push attack, the next follow-up light will be an overhead swing that is very strong. It's simply the way the weapon is designed, and there's no other way to quickly reach that attack. So this is a very solid option, and just wanted to show it in case some people don't know it. And any weapon works, anything is functional with this setup. I take Reciprocity and Desperado, Trench Fighter Drill, and these combo even better with the dagger, with the dual sword, etc., which are finesse crit profile weapons. But I just wanted to have the power sword in some build, even though I haven't used it in a long time. I played exactly this build for a very long time, and it's very good. Shredder grenades are great for random games, or if you just need that bit of extra clear. But I just don't see any Havoc group functioning that just needs some random grenade bleeds sometimes. You know, it's just not reasonable, because the grenades you need, even if I throw 2, I'm not even sure if it's gonna kill a bulwark. Like, they are simply weak. Like, you need to throw all 3 and hit perfectly to even kill a bulwark. Plasma gun. This is something I don't think is widely known, but I've tested it quite extensively. Optimized cooling does something not mentioned in the text. It allows you to shoot 11 shots on one mag. And it seems to be the cost of each shot is how long you need to charge it. So increasing the charge speed allows you to shoot additional shots, because it does not need to charge as long, I guess. Because the lower level shots, if you look here now, this will, I think, cost 13. But the higher it goes, it costs like 10. So that seems to be what optimized cooling does. It lowers the cost, which allows you to shoot more shots. So I think it's 11 in one mag. Yeah, 11 exactly hits 100. And the left click can never blow you up. So optimized cooling, rising heat are definitely the best blessings. Some people put crit on this weapon, and it's complete garbage, because this weapon does not have any crit profile whatsoever. It goes from like 2.3, 2.6. It's 5% crit damage or something. It's basically, yeah, you get quite high crit, but that crit gives you no damage. So this is by far the superior combo. I have Unyielding and Maniacs because of breakpoints. You can have whatever suits you. And to reach, so you can have 11 shots in one mag, you need 69 thermal resistance. So this is the one weapon I can think of off the top of my head where you don't want a perfect 80, 80, 80 and everything. I think the ideal is 69, 80, and whatever is left here. It's not a big deal whatever you have in each, of course, but 69, as far as I recall, is the breakpoint for optimized cooling. To have 11 shots. And the talents here. Again, this is completely optional if you go close order drill or long shot accelerating. I have Shredder, always the ammo aura, and again you can always swap aura if someone in your team happens to have the ammo aura, but yeah, in most builds that frees up a couple points, which you can put somewhere nice. Extra ammo, grenades, and iron will. Bring it down, and the reason here, this is good enough on its own, but it also hides, it's easy to miss, one of the best toughness talents in the game, and the second one is here. So these two alone are 50 toughness on the veteran. It makes a big difference to go bring it down simply because of the extra toughness as well. If for some reason you don't want all the melee stuff, you can absolutely take duck and dive, which will probably allow you to free up a lot of those Curio rolls of stamina and sprint efficiency and so on. But then you get this, which is okay, and yeah, you give up a lot to go this way. Weapon specialist is a pretty selfish choice, but the plasma gun is kind of annoying to reload, really slow. So in random games, it can be quite nice to have weapon specialist. You don't need to reload because of the always prepared. You melee a bit. When you swap, it reloads. You pretty much never need to reload. And the few times you do, you can probably do it in an elevator and so on. So this has been a good build, one of the best for normal games. And the rest I have here are just variations where I don't use a last weapon. You can simply take redirect fire. So this is quite simply a plasma gun version of my standard build with cracks and another similar variation. So I hope this helps. If there are any questions, I try to always reply in the comments or on my stream. And I hope this is useful. Thank you for watching and see you later.